Okay, so you're in Tokyo. You just finished one of those little canned coffees from a vending machine, you know the ones. And now you're standing there holding an empty can, looking around for somewhere to toss it. Nothing. You walk half a block. Still nothing. And the street? Absolutely spotless. Wait, where is everyone putting their trash? That's the thing. And by the end of this video, the answer is gonna make total sense. And honestly, the real reasons are way more interesting than you'd expect. So how does Japan have basically zero public trash cans and somehow still have cleaner streets than cities that have hundreds of them? In most American cities, New York, Chicago, there's a trash can on basically every corner. It's just part of the infrastructure. The logic is, put a bin there, people use it, problem solved. Japan just flipped that entirely. And the result? Streets that look like someone literally just cleaned them 10 minutes ago. So how did that even happen? The 1995 sarin attacks. In 1995, a cult released sarin gas inside the Tokyo subway. 12 people died, thousands were injured. The devices were hidden inside public trash cans. So within weeks, the government pulled most public bins from stations and city streets. And they just never really came back. Yeah, this whole thing started with security policy, not some deep cultural thing. The carry-it-home norm. Here's where it gets interesting. Japan didn't just remove the bins and cross their fingers. The country already had this ingrained, carry your trash home, habit that schools had been reinforcing since forever. Japanese kids are literally taught from a young age that your waste is your responsibility until it reaches a proper disposal point. Full stop. That norm was already baked in. Removing the bins just made it the only option left. The vending machine exception. The few trash cans that do exist in Japan are almost always attached directly to vending machines, and they only take bottles and cans. That's not random. Vendors are actually required to handle the waste from whatever they're selling. It's a producer responsibility model instead of a the government deals with it model. In the US, waste disposal is a public service. In Japan, it's a personal responsibility, and that one shift changes everything downstream. Okay, but what about tourists? What about someone who just grabs street food and has a wrapper? Most Japanese people carry a little bag specifically for this. And convenience stores, which are genuinely everywhere, will take your trash at the counter without making it weird. The system has exits, they're just not as obvious as a big green bin on the sidewalk. So if it works so well, why isn't every US city just doing this? 1. American cities are built around cars. You're not walking 2 blocks to a vending machine, you're driving. 2. Waste disposal in the US is already locked into the tax-funded public services model, and politically that's really hard to unwind. 3. Japan's low littering rate exists because social expectations there are genuinely strong and consistent. You can't just import that overnight. And the trade-offs are real on both sides. Japan accepts real inconvenience on the go, no quick disposal option in a pinch, and a system that relies on a level of social conformity not every country has or wants. The US accepts more visible infrastructure, higher maintenance costs, and the awkward truth that even with bins literally everywhere, people still litter, because having access to a bin is not the same as actually wanting to use one. Different systems solving the same problem differently. Neither one is just right. One thing that's actually worth taking from this for US cities, the producer responsibility model. If your company sells a drink, you deal with what happens to that container. Some states are already moving toward this with bottle deposit programs. It moves the cost and the incentive back to where the waste originates. So back to Tokyo. You're holding that coffee can. You walk 2 more blocks, spot a vending machine, drop it in the little attached bin. Street stays clean. And now you actually get why. Drop a comment. What surprises you more? That Japan got rid of the bins, or that it actually worked? If this hit different, send it to someone who'd be into it. And if you want more USA versus Japan breakdowns with the real reasons and real trade-offs, subscribe. See you in the next one.